What is up, gamers? It is Fox. You're watching PlayStation News Now, your source of regular news, rumour, video game discussion, and the Gamer Couch podcast, episode 29, broadcasting live this evening, 9 PM UK, 1 PM or 4 PM if you are stateside. You will never miss a trick if you simply follow us via Twitter, Fox at PS News Now. Today's news will come in two parts, as at the time of this recording we still await the crucial MPD result, so look out for full details hopefully at some point today. I also appreciate, at least for the sensitive ones among you, today's news could be a bitter hard pill to swallow, so all of the news items featured in this presentation will have direct links to their respective sources in this video's description. In today's news, the PS4 Pro is Sony's first incremental hardware update, and while Sony doesn't totally rule out another upgrade in the future, it will take a lot of effort. Sony released the PS4 Pro last month, and judging from early analysis, the enhanced PS4 console is selling extremely well. The PS4 Pro helped triple UK PS4 sales, and recent reports claim that the console has helped Sony to outsell Microsoft's Xbox One console in the US. During this weekend's PlayStation Experience event in Anaheim, media outlet Digital Spy sat down with Sony's PlayStation boss Shuhei Yoshida to talk about the PS4 Pro, PlayStation VR and Nintendo Switch. One of the questions asked was whether Sony would be interested in more PS4 Pro-like hardware upgrades now that the console seems to be selling well. Judging from Yoshida's answer, another incremental upgrade isn't entirely ruled out, but surely it won't be an easy thing to do. Here's a quote. PS4 Pro is an incremental update from a hardware standpoint, but making PS4 Pro is not an easy thing to do. We have complete compatibility. It is part of the PlayStation 4 ecosystem. So the system is very carefully designed to maintain that one community between the standard PS4 and PS4 Pro. So we don't talk about future plans, but doing something like PS4 Pro takes a lot of effort. We are very happy with PS4 Pro, and we're happy with the reaction and analysis of the games that have already come out, analysed by lots of professional tech-driven media. So you can't just talk about numbers, you really have to see the games that are designed to work well on PS4 Pro to see the value of it. End of quote. So while the PS4 Pro has been selling well since its release, several titles seem to differ from performance issues on the upgraded PS4, some performing worse than its standard PS4 counterpart. The PS4 Pro is available now and retails at $399 in the US or £349.99 in the UK, though a lot of retailers have been offering the console with additional games for that price. Now just don't go thinking Sony will have the incremental hardware playground to themselves. Microsoft are readying their next line in the Xbox One family, the Xbox One Scorpio, said to be more than just an incremental upgrade, but a whole new architecture altogether. Xbox boss Phil Spencer recently indicated Xbox Scorpio is not designed to go up against high-end PC gaming rigs and will very much enter the market at a traditional console price point. In other news, as detailed in yesterday's PlayStation News Now video, Sony's PS4 had crossed the 50 million sold to consumers mark, quite an achievement there. However, Sony's PS4 console also saw a massive resurgence in Japan last week, selling over 100,000 units, according to both Media Create and popular online magazine Famitsu. Analyst firm Media Create puts total PS4 sales at 118,350 for the week of November 28 to December 4th, up from a little over 42,000 a week prior. Leading Japanese gaming magazine Famitsu's figures reinforced these numbers, reporting 116,593 units were shifted. Of these, both publications agree that the PS4 Pro sold a fraction over 8,000 units, largely the same as the week before. The impressive sales numbers for the PS4 were no doubt propelled by the monumental launch of Final Fantasy XV, which sold around 700,000 units. Wow. PS4 Pro made its debut on November 10, almost 1 month ago. Sony's mid-generation upgrade was first treated with a little skepticism, as console gamers were led into new territory. The November NPD result is almost upon us, but just how well was PS4 Pro received by consumers? The answer comes from Sony executive Shuhei Yoshida, who spoke at length about how PS4 Pro has been selling since its launch. Here's a quote. "Yes, it's selling very well. We were hoping that people who purchased a PS4 day one would upgrade to PS4 Pro, and people who have a 4K TV would see it as their console of choice. We need more time to analyze the situation, but it seems that more people who are buying PS4 for the first time are choosing PS4 Pro. I think that's driving a large demand that we had anticipated. In many markets it's sold out and very hard to find," Yoshida told Digital Spy. Retailers across the globe have been selling out of PS4 Pro systems as demand, even by Sony's expectations, remain extremely high. There's no doubt at all that the discerning consumer has embraced the iterative console hardware. Although no exact figure is available, the NPD should certainly be interesting, given that analyst accounting firm Adobe had already confirmed the PS4 and PS4 Pro dominated the entire month of November at retail, with Xbox One and Xbox One S reportedly seeing a large uptake in online sales on Black Friday. However, Sony's PS4 family of consoles was too much for Microsoft over the Black Friday period, as Sony's PS4 emerged the clear winner in the battle for Black Friday week supremacy in the UK, outselling Xbox One by more than 50%. According to recently released statistics for market research firm GfK ChartTrack, the PS4 sold 142,500 units for the week ending November 26th, up 2.5% year on year, while the Xbox One shifted 92,500 consoles, a fall of 31%. As expected, both current-gen consoles were priced competitively during Black Friday week, with some aggressive discounts being offered on both the PS4 Slim and Xbox One S by a number of retailers. Incidentally, Nintendo's 3DS also had a very strong showing, selling 35,000 units in the week following the release of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Moving on, God of War 4, notably absent from the PlayStation experience last weekend, no big surprise there, but Cory Barlog of Santa Monica had been actively answering questions and said that the game has almost finished shooting. However, there are still some significant things left to shoot. This implies that the motion capture part of the game is nearly done. Barlog, also very active on Twitter, has been answering a good number of questions about the game and Kratos and his relationship with his son, among other things. However, despite saying that the game has nearly completed shooting, he also added there is still some way to go before the shooting is finally complete and the fans receive a concrete release date. It does seem, however, that Santa Monica Studio is trying their level best to make a game which adds a new dimension to Kratos' already very intriguing story. He also added that he already knew what Kratos' son will be named. Previously, Barlog had stated that God of War 4 could be the beginning of a new saga for Kratos, and it will be very interesting to see how the developers go about creating a whole new universe for PlayStation's premier character. The lore of God of War might somewhat be applicable as well in the new game, as even though Kratos annihilated the Greek gods, there is a possibility that characters in the new Norse setting of the game will refer to Kratos as Spartan, like many other minor characters have done in previous installments of the franchise. One thing is for certain though, the game will likely be released somewhere around E3 next year. Until then, we have to wait and find out how the series will take shape moving forward. And also, fans of the pretty awesome Final Fantasy 15 will be pleased to learn Final Fantasy 15 has a huge update planned, and some details have been revealed, which includes adjusting Chapter 13, Avatar system, and more. Final Fantasy 15's director Hajime Tabata has revealed that the planned updates for the game in the future, where he said these are being done so players keep on enjoying the game for a long time. We can reveal that these features are being planned for future updates. Adjustments to Chapter 13 to make it less frustrating and more balanced, adding new cutscenes to explain the story better, adding important characters as playable characters, and avatar systems so you can create your own character. Also an increase in text size, new game plus mode, and God mode, which is invincibility. And in our final news segment of this video, Housemarque's critically acclaimed shoot 'em up Resurgence is set to receive 4K and HDR support via an upcoming PS4 Pro patch the developer has today confirmed, which is great news because Resurgence is critically acclaimed and all those wonderful particle effects will now be presented to you in stunning 4K with HDR support. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share content on this channel and sister channel Dark Cloud 1983. Help us to reach other PlayStation gamers and gamers in general, and follow via Twitter Fox at PS News Now. And do remember, play games, not corporations. Thanks for watching, everybody.